In the early morning of June 16, 2023, a call came across the Brookville police radio. There was a structure fire with one trapped inside. OPBA members and Brookville officers Tim Beaver and Caleb Shatsby were the first on the scene.
It was nice that we were both local, kind of in the area together, so we hopped in cruisers and ran code all the way to the house.
As we arrived on scene, there was heavy smoke coming from the house. The attached garage door was open, and then we saw the female resident yelling that her mom was still inside.
The pair entered the garage.
You couldn't even see inside the house with how thick the smoke was.
We couldn't go in the structure or anything, so we just kind of pointed our flashlights, called out, said, "Hey, is there anybody in here? Call out your name," and we didn't hear nothing.
Beaver and Shatsby needed a new plan.
We exited the structure, came outside and said, "Where particularly is your mom at?" And that's when she said she's in the front living room.
They immediately went to the front of the house, but the storm door and front door were both locked.
I made the decision to break open the storm door glass portion, and then the front door, the deadbolt was locked. So then I made the decision to force entry into the structure.
As Officer Beaver was booting the door, it kept swinging back open, and we couldn't figure that why it was doing that for some reason. So I stuck my head around the door, and the lady who was trapped was right on the other side of that door. Had collapsed because she couldn't breathe anymore. She had some tar dripping out of her mouth from all the smoke, and it looked pretty bad.
Due to the woman's position and a table to the right of the door, Beaver and Shatsby weren't able to get inside or get her out. They stayed with her and held the door open until the fire department arrived.
They were obviously able to go inside with their gear, pull her out, and she wasn't breathing. So as she came out, fire department started performing CPR on her. We were able to aid the fire department, grab bags, grab gear. They loaded her up on the gurney, and she still wasn't breathing. So I continued CPR on the gurney before she got loaded up.
The 79-year-old woman and her daughter were evaluated at the hospital. Both survived. Beaver and Shatsby also went to the hospital to be checked out.
Never breathed any house fire smoke. It was painful. I mean, it took me a couple weeks to get over it. So I can imagine those two that were stuck in it for a while.
Beaver and Shatsby were recently honored for their heroic efforts. At a Brookville Council meeting, the two, along with the firefighters who responded to the fire, received a commendation and a life-saving award.
I really didn't want to do the award or ceremony or anything, because to us it's not about the recognition, you know what I mean? We're kind of behind the scenes, and that's what we do every day, you know?
I'm happy that they're both doing well, but I mean, at the end of the day, it's just my job, so.